Now, all right, there you go. Ready? You good?
Yeah, I'm good.
You
You
good?
good?
You fucking Viking? You good? Okay. All right.
All right, be serious.
All right, you gotta be serious. This is like acting in front of somebody. I'm used to only doing the intro by myself, so I never have anybody watching me. Okay.
Oh, I hear you, man.
All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Video Games and Coffee. I hesitated on that one. Hang on a second. I hesitated on what my fucking name was. Hang on a second. All right. Hello, everyone, and fuck. All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Video Games and Coffee. I'm your host, Daniel.
Yeah, I'm Travis.
That's right. Big moment here. I have my first guest host. Travis is actually my best friend, my oldest friend. We met in kindergarten when we were both 5. And he's put up with my shit longer than my wife has, but not as long as my parents have. Travis, welcome. Thank you for being on the show. This is very different because I'm not only by myself, but this is called Video Games and Coffee, and I'm holding a beer. So you may be wondering if you're even listening to the same show, but you are. So Travis, hello.
Hey, how's it going? Thanks for having me.
No problem, man. I asked Travis to come on the show because boy, fuck, that sounded dirty. I okay. All right. Well, I asked Travis to be a guest on the show, and I love it because right now he put his hand on the camera and it froze, so all we can see is the palm of his hand. Oh, there you go. You're back. So I asked Travis to be a guest on the show because he's also a gamer, and there are games that we really agree and share love for besides any Star Wars games, because he's failed me in life being a Star Wars fan. And I know I'm going to get a whole bunch of backlash on this shit, but you heard it here, folks. I'm not a Star Wars guy. This guy though is, right?
Absolutely, man.
I remember. What's that?
We've got an ABC book for my son, and it's got Star Wars names, ABC. So it's just great.
You know,
A is for Akbar. It's great.
That doesn't surprise me. Well, first off, motherfucker, Leo's first book was my first Batman book. It literally called my first Batman book. So,
Of course
not
it
only
was.
yes, but here's the thing. All right, this Joker fucking sends me a video with his son. He is a little boy, and he's what? He's 2 or 3 now.
He's 2, yeah.
He's 2. Okay, and it's a very sweet video. I think he's on your shoulders or something like that, right? And you're walking around. It's like a petting zoo or a farm or something or another.
It was a county fair.
It was a county fair, and his little dude said, "Look at the pigs," and Travis is like, "Those are sheep." So here's what pisses me off is I guarantee you that his son would know what a Wookiee is, but doesn't know the difference between a pig and a sheep.
Absolutely, man. Priorities.
That's such horse shit. But yeah, and I remember you saying jetty. We were so young that you would say jetty. That's how far back this shit goes between Travis and I. I remember when we were kids, you would say Return of the Jetty because you didn't know how it was pronounced. Yeah. And you would get me birthday presents that were Star Wars. And because of that, I would really try to like it. I'm like, well, here we are. I have a little toy, whatever. And I remember it was a play set. Remember a fucking like Polly Pocket, that kind of shit. You know, those little dudes,
the micro
ones. And you got me this folding, opening up thing, R2-D2, and it was a little thing. I think it was like a Jabba the Hutt scene, some kind of shit.
Oh
You
man,
would you would
I got that buried somewhere in the basement for sure. I know
yeah,
exactly what you're talking about.
and you got me one of those, and I'm like, I don't even know who these characters are, but I'm gonna really try to like it. And I'm 38. Are you 30? You're 39. You're 38.
38.
You're
Yeah.
38. Oh, you turned 38 before me, but we're both 38. Okay, so
Yeah.
we're both 38. It's been 30 some years later, and I still fucking hate Star Wars. It's just like, and then this guy has the balls to send my son a birthday present. It's just like a care package of Star Wars shit. And I was like,
Oh.
this is not welcome in my house. Like, what is this crap?
Mm-hmm.
It
You
was a
sent it to
Wookiee book or
yeah,
something.
you send it to the kid first because you can't tell your kid no after he opens it.
No, although I will admit something. In his playroom right now is a Darth Vader lightsaber, and I sent you the picture of it when we were at Target. He
Oh
picked
yeah,
it up and
yeah.
he thought it was the coolest shit, and immediately I got mad at you. Like I wasn't even thinking about anything else, but as soon as he picked it up, I was like, "Fuck, Travis sucks." Like,
Travis.
it's just,
Fucking Travis.
God damn it. But yeah, so besides the Star Wars thing, Travis and I have obviously a love for video games. We used to play video games all the time, a lot at your house. Now we're gonna dial it way back, kids. Instead of getting the red ring of death like some of you kids today know, when games didn't play well for us, we took the cartridge out of the game system and we fucking blew in it. Do you remember that?
Clear out the dust. Yeah, it's gotta be some dust.
Um, dialing it back way before there were you could save anything, before it predates memory cards. If you played for like 8 hours and you bumped that son of a bitch on the table, the entire game would freeze and you would rage quit it, and you would just want to just say fuck this and just flip the whole table over. You remember that shit, man?
Oh, be done. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh my God forbid your buddy goes up to get like another Coke or a slice of pizza and trips over your controller wires, and it jostles the console, and that shit just freezes. That, oh fuck, god damn it. I hated it. So real quick, the version of game saves that we remember no game saves. And then I remember there are games that you would put in a code to get you back to a certain point in the game. Do you remember that?
Oh no. And it's funny because I'm even thinking like the Super Mario Brothers. Like you would just finish a level. I don't even know if you would. Yeah, you can continue after you finish the level or something like that.
Oh my god, Super Mario. Okay, I admit I've never beaten the first Super Mario. I've never beaten it, and now I see these Speed Racer shit on YouTube. These kids beating it in like 47 seconds. I'm like, fuck you. I still to this day have not beaten Super Mario. But no, there were games. One in particular, I think, was called The Immortal. You remember The Immortal?
I don't. When you said that, I thought of Ghouls and Goblins or what? No, I don't know that one.
Yeah, there were games where at the start menu, you enter a code and it would take you to a portion of the game. But no, Zelda would save, wouldn't it?
Man,
I think Legend of Zelda. Yeah, it escapes me now.
Yeah, I don't know how it did save. Now we'll need to go on the YouTube and figure that one out.
Yeah, you never started over in Zelda. I think it did save because you remember you had all the hearts that you would build up and shit like that. You never played Zelda like all the way through in one shot, right?
No, because I remember wasn't Zelda, if you played it through once, when you came back, something else happened. Like you had you had like a white outfit or something like that. I remember. But
it was that, or there was something about Zelda where if you chose, because you remember how you could choose your name, you can enter your name, and I think if you entered in Link, it would give you something or another. If you chose the name Link, yeah. So there was that. There was putting in like some type of code that would get you to a certain point, and then we had memory cards.
Yeah.
Dreamcast. The Dreamcast had memory cards. Sega Dreamcast. I never had a Dreamcast, but I think there was a cartridge of some sort that went in there. I never had. You still there?
Yeah, my thing's like you got 10 minutes free of Zoom.
Oh, that's it. Oh my god, we're on this Joker Zoom call, and he's like, "Let's just do it on Zoom." And fucking so I guess we're gonna have to clear. We haven't even started talking about what we're gonna talk about today, and we got 10 more minutes. So hey, I guess we're gonna start this shit over again, or on Teams. So there's gonna be a part 2 in 10 minutes. So let's just keep going until it cuts out, and then I'll have to splice this shit together and continue on in a different form.
Oh, God.
So then you had memory cards, and now you have saves. You have online saves, you have cloud saves. So we've seen it all, kids.
Yeah.
So yeah, big time gamers for a long time. Now that we're dads, not as much as we would like, or like we used to. But today we are talking about a game that Travis and I are familiar with, but we haven't played much of it. So I think this is a good new format. It's kind of like a first impressions kind of deal. And my very first episode was Dying Light. And I'm a huge Dying Light fan, obviously, as many of you know. I got Travis. This guy took like 4 years for me to say, play Dying Light. He finally did it, and he did. First off, what's your impression of Dying Light? What do you think of it?
I loved it because I think, you grow up, you play Resident Evil, and it's all these other different zombie games and whatnot, and it just felt like a refreshing take on it too. I think, or even like Left 4 Dead or something like that too. So it was much more of like a strategy, kind of like the whole parkour thing just really added a lot to it. So I loved it. It was great.
I agree. I love the first person parkour as shit. I like the writing. I like the story. I like the characters. So what did you say? You noticed I had was it like over 300 or 400 hours into it on Steam.
Yeah.
No, that's just on Steam. I have it on everything. Now, just on Steam, I have 300 or 400 hours in it. So, with huge Dying Light fans. But you and I only played one time, I think, online. And the majority of that time we spent jumping off the fucking building to see what would happen. And nothing. You just get respawned. So, those of you who played Dying Light, Brecken's Tower, one of the two side-by-side towers that you can go in, looks like I guess it was a big hotel at some point or some shit, but you can go to the very top, and we're both up there. We're like, what happens if you just fall off? And we would just do it over and over again. And I don't know why. I have like 8 videos of you that I screen captured of you just fucking falling off, jumping off, and like bloop, you just come right back.
And it was funny too because that spot had like a ramp, so I'm like, this has got to do something. Like, there's a reason for it. So
You're right.
No, you just jump off. That's it.
You're right. There is a little board of some sort that looks like perfect for an RC car. First off,
Yeah.
But you're right. I think that's why we did it, because we're like, do you do something here? Is something supposed to happen? And no, the screen just fades to black and you come right back, don't you? I think it's something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So we played some of that. We both obviously love the game, and so Dying Light 2 came out. I was scared. I was a little scared on that one.
Oh. I was scared for you.
Yes. So before Travis's shit just cuts out on us here, and we got to start the video over again, which I think I might keep in the video. Oh yes, folks, we are also recording this as a video, so we might upload it at some point to some type of medium like YouTube or some shit. But yeah, so you can actually see the full effect. This is raw right here. This is 2 cheap bastards that don't pay for Zoom that are going to be doing this. We're going to be splicing the videos together, or at least just starting it up again. So Dying Light 2 was being talked about for a while, and it was in kind of that production limbo. It was announced, then you heard nothing for months, and then it was pushed back. And then I think at some point, one of the big, it was the director, creative director, or somebody who was heavily involved in the first one, either left or was let go or something from Techland. I couldn't remember. I'm like, oh my God, here we go. The game is fucked, right? So it finally came out. You got it first. Now, I think it came out, was it in February or some shit? February of this year, 2022?
Yeah, I did the pre-order for it, so.
So that's a commitment, because I wasn't sure about it. And I just got it about a month ago. And it is September 22nd right now. All right, so how about we talk about it after we end this video session, and you call me back so we can restart this damn timer, and then think about how we're going to do the recording next time we do this, probably through Teams or some shit. Why don't we go ahead, Travis, hang up with me like many girls did in my life. Just hang up on me, and unlike many girls, call me back on this one. Okay?
Sounds good.
Okay. Oh, hey, we're back.
Oh, hey, we did it.
All right. Well, the view is a little different from anyone who would be watching this. Our voices sound just as sexy as it did before. However, if you're watching this now, Travis is gigantic and I'm very small down in the corner. So the star of the show now is Travis, because we're on Microsoft Teams and it took about 20 minutes to figure that out. I had to sign up for an account and I still have video calling disabled for some fucking reason. So we are back and let's continue on. It was almost going on for so long. I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ, what were we talking about before? What were we talking about before?
I don't know if we were finished up talking about Dying Light, the first one, I think.
Yes. Okay. So Dying Light 1, I loved it. How many hours you got into it?
I think maybe 40.
40 hours? Okay. Well, lightweight Travis.
And I never finished the following either. So
You didn't finish the file. I don't even know why I'm having this conversation with Travis. It's almost like I didn't realize this. I don't even know why I'm talking to him now. He hasn't even finished the damn thing. Like, I don't understand. You bought 2 and you're playing 2 and you haven't even finished 1. So you put in the equivalent of 1 work week into it. So now we both have 2. Okay. Start from your experience, because it took me months to get it. Start with your experience and what you thought I was going to think about it.
oh man, the thing for me right off the bat was the soundtrack. I mean, the soundtrack. I think you've described it before as like a John Carpenter movie from the first one,
Mm-hmm.
and this one's a completely different departure. I mean, you have the same kind of opening credit song that pops up, but throughout the rest of the game that I played so far, it's all completely different. So that was one thing that jumped out to me right off the bat too, and the mechanics were a little different too from the first one. For sure, like the way you level up, but those were the worries I had going into it right off the bat. So
Your soundtrack is important. The music in the game is important. It 100% adds to the mood of the game and the feel of the game. And I loved the very electronic, sequency. Powell Blazak, I think his name is. I mispronounce it. I think it's Polish. It's a fantastic soundtrack, and I heard he wasn't going to be the composer for the second one, so that kind of worried me a bit. But I mean, not enough to put me off completely. But as soon as that happened, I'm like, oh man, it's just something I really enjoyed of the first one that I knew I was going to miss in the second one. But I like the new composer. I like the new music. It kind of has a purpose in this game. So as soon as it started up, I noticed the music was different, and I was okay with it. But you're right. When the opening little sequence of the game before he gets you to kind of like the title menu, it does start off kind of reminiscent of the first one with the same type of music. And you do kind of hear the theme or hints of the theme in it. It's just a little updated, but I liked it. So that's kind of it's a throwback to the first one. So we're past the main menu, we're past the music. I'm over that. Let's get into gameplay. The game started, and so what was your first impression?
oh, I mean, it starts off with that cutscene where you're running, and I'm like, what do I have to do? I got real nervous. I'm like, I'm dead. Like I don't know what I'm doing. But
You're
I mean,
hauling ass in the first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the graphics just blew me away. I mean, that first mission you're on there, going through that house too. It's just like it's obvious that it's a completely different game from a graphics perspective too. So that was what got me right off the bat too. I mean, because the sun setting too, so it's like a real scenic look as you're looking out over the pool. So
Yes, so I think that scene that you're describing is very important because that kind of sets the tone and the feel of the game, and visually how fucking gorgeous it was. So the game starts, you start the new game and you're hauling ass away from zombies, and you meet spoilers. This is going to spoil the first 12 seconds for you, so it's really not going to do anything. I mean, you meet Spike, who's a character in the first one. So obviously he survives, and he immediately I realized it was a different voice actor, because the voice actor from the
Oh,
first one he has a very distinct voice. It's a different voice actor, but the visuals are fantastic. Immediately after you meet up with them, I guess basically they were kind of having like a little contest or something, like who can outrun the biters and shit like that. And you follow them to what looks like, my God, what is it, like a resort kind of deal?
oh
Like
yeah,
a
some high end.
some
Someone, yeah,
fancy house or some
yeah,
shit. Way up on this hill, you're in the middle of fucking, it's just trees and everything, and it's during dusk. So you're just going around, you're finding, supplies and that kind of shit. And you and Spike are just sharing a beer, talking about what's going on. And the sun's going down. The music is in that moment is very good. And it's just gorgeous. You're just sitting there,
yeah.
just chilling. And I think that set a really nice tone for the game. Now, just as a reminder, I think we mentioned this in the beginning. You and I haven't played much of it. So this is a first impressions of the game.
Yeah.
Two people that came from loving the first one to now playing the second one. So up until this point, which you're maybe, 15, 20 minutes in, I'm enjoying it, and I didn't think I would. So after that, you split with Spike, and that's when you actually start your kind of gameplay, your mission for Aiden. So how far are you in the game?
I'm probably 4 missions into Villador, so I've basically just made it into Villador and done probably 3 or 4 different missions once I've been there. So, have
And
you made it in there yet?
I did.
Okay.
I was not well accepted.
No, no,
You were not well accepted in Villador at first.
no.
It's a close call, asshole pucker kind of situation.
Hmm.
You have a couple of those because, yeah, you have an asshole pucker situation right before you reach Villador, and then after you
Yeah.
reach Villador, and it seems like it can't get much worse. But after all that, now you basically do what you did before, right? Now you're part of that community. You interact with the characters, you do shit for them, and you earn trust. And we've seen it all before. I am liking it. I am pleasantly surprised that I'm liking it as much as I am. Now the mechanics are different. You automatically run in this one.
Yeah.
Before you had to hit a run button, which I think was it L3?
Yeah.
I fucking have 1,000 hours into it and I can't even remember. The jump buttons, I believe, is different. Your sense, your kind of like survivor sense button is different. Now the mechanics, I figured there was going to be updates in them, and I knew it was going to be different. I didn't mind that. It's the feel of the game that was important to me, because that's why I go back and play the first one so many times. And I think that while, and there are a bunch of throwbacks mentions of the first game, like Kyle Crane and Haran and all that, which is cool. This is a very different game, and I think it has its place. And I think you'll go back to this game because you specifically like this game. In my mind yet, I haven't played it long enough to kind of put the two games together. Like like it's one
Yeah.
fucking it's the part two of a bigger kind of universe type of deal. Right now they're two completely separate games, and I like them for two different reasons. But I mean, we'll see once I get through it. Now, that being said, I don't know when the hell that's gonna be, because you're a dad, I'm a dad, you're a husband, I'm a husband. I think the last time I played it was probably a week and a half ago.
Yeah, I think for me too.
Yeah, shit. So the struggle is trying to find those little pockets of time. Now, while we're both dads, I'm a dad of one, and you're a dad of two. So
Yeah.
it's over for you.
Oh yeah. I
So
know. I know.
if you want, you can live vicariously through me. So if it takes me 3 years to play through it, it will take you 6 to play through it.
Easily.
So yeah.
Easily.
Um, so yeah. So give me some more things you like about the game. What did you enjoy?
Well, the thing that struck me was the going out at night. like there's a reason to go out at night now because you get the coins for the updates of the weapons or the mods or whatever it is. And I think just the ability to go out at night now is different because I mean I remember talking about the first Dying Light, that first night mission. It's like I'm never going out at night again. There's no way. I'm gonna
Oh
sleep
my
through it.
God. Yeah, yeah. Anytime night comes, you find a safe house, and you just you hit the bed and you hit wait till morning.
That's it.
Fuck that. There was, I mean, I think there are only a few missions that you had to do at night in the first one.
Mhm.
One was the first night mission,
Yeah.
and we'll go ahead and talk as if everybody knows, about the first Dying Light. So you have the first mission where the GRE sends you to find the Antizin, and when you do, they tell you to destroy it. And you have the mission where you have to get one of the bolters.
Yeah.
The
You and I did that one
skin
together.
skin tissue. Yes, fuck that too. It's the creepy, suspenseful music, and plus the zombies looking at you with the fucking crazy like Samuel L. Jackson eyes,
Mhm.
and you're just like, yeah, I'm out. See you later. Now I haven't gotten as far into 2 because I probably only have 2 hours into it, 2.5 hours, and you have 40. So I haven't gotten as far into 2 to know that night missions are more of a necessity. So you're saying that they are, for
Yeah.
sure.
Usually. Yeah. The biggest thing is when you kill any of the zombies infected at night, depending on what type they are, is you get the coins that'll help you update your mods or your weapons or whatnot. But yeah, I mean, also the XP too is just like, I mean, it was the same way in the first one, but I think it helps to kind of build up as much XP as you can going out at night too. Well, plus two, you have the UV safe houses that are easy to go into. You just run into it and you're fine.
There's more. I've noticed that there's more UV. I didn't do anything with UV in the first one really. You
Didn't
have like
either.
the flashlight that you carry with you. I never really used. I always just hauled ass to a safe zone.
Yeah.
But the UV part of it plays more into the story in this one. And oh man, there's some weird zombies in this one.
Oh yeah.
They've evolved or some shit. I can't remember how many years it's been since the events of the first one in this game, but there are some weird ass zombies, very supernatural,
Oh
kind of
yeah.
like hopping around like nuts. But I haven't done much of the night missions yet, and I don't look forward. I don't look forward to it. I'll be honest with you.
Well, I think the other part of it too is because the way the city is, it's so much easier to hop around on the rooftops than it was when you were in Haran. So I think you can I almost avoid
Oh my god,
avoid
you think so?
oh absolutely. Yeah.
I mean, the first mission that I played with, God, what's the guy's name? Your new buddy that you meet. You have a
Hack
new
on.
buddy that you. What's that?
Hack on.
Heck on. Yes. When you get to I mean, you're on a rooftop, and dude, they are coming after your ass onto that rooftop. Now, in the first one, not so much.
Hmm.
Even the volatiles didn't really get you up on the rooftop. Not nearly as much as some of the non-volatiles, even like just the normal dudes. I mean, they are fucking scrambling up those buildings.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that it's almost like in Grand Theft Auto when you get the stars at night, you'll as your whatever the rating is, as it gets higher, there's more coming after you, and they're hauling.
Yes, that mission was scary. So Grand
Yeah,
Theft Auto, you want to talk about having 5 stars? That was like Batman in The Dark Knight Rises in the very beginning when he had 1,200 police cars on him, basically, and he's
the
trying to run away. That's what that mission was. But then again, the UV shit played into it when it was finally turned on, but like I said, I didn't do anything with UV in the first one. So
hmm
other than finding a safe house where everything is lit up, I didn't, it didn't really show the effects of the UV light on them as much. You
yeah.
basically just hopped in the safe house, UV lights are on, and then the volatiles just kind of go away.
Mhm.
But no, I don't have much to talk about it because I only have a couple hours into it. So that's those are my first impressions, and I was very pleasantly surprised, and I actually really look forward to playing more. The menu though, the crafting and shit like that, that's that's different, a
Oh
lot
yeah.
different. It's a little more complicated than the first one. I mean, it's not like God of War complicated. I don't know if you played the
Oh,
newer God of War game. It's pretty complicated. It's not anything like that, but it's more complicated than the first one for sure. I kind
mhm.
of missed the menu in the first one though,
Yeah, it was a lot simpler in the first one.
because when you hit start, you actually see your character
Hmm.
in the middle. It kind of reminds you kind of like a Diablo esque kind of. You remember
Oh, yeah.
Diablo? It's just gonna take just like the first one. It's just gonna take getting through it
Hmm.
and learning it. So, but yeah, that's my take on it. And anybody listening, if you like the first one, I think you'll like the second one. I haven't run into any issue. Have you run into any issues at all playing it?
No, no. And it's funny you mentioned that earlier about them pushing it back. I think given what some of the other games that got pushed out, I was worried that they were going to push this out and rush it. But no, I didn't have any bugs or anything like that with it so far.
I've gotten no bugs. So when a game is pushed out, it worries you because you're like, oh my god, how bad is it, or how much are they struggling, or anything like that. But it could also be a good thing because they're making sure that it's the
Yeah.
best experience and that's what they did. I've had no bug other than my Steam Deck almost taking a shit on me because the graph, it's very
Yeah.
graphics heavy. It's very demanding. But to be fair, Valve did say, because they have the ratings on the games as far as the compatibility with Steam Deck. This one says it is playable, but you have to tweak the settings, and I had to do that. And now the game plays fine, but right out of the gate, you do have to tone it down a bit. I think I took it down to like the medium preset. I mean, when you're dealing with a screen that
Yeah.
small, you don't have to have it just fucking, you know, you don't have to pedal to the metal on that
Yeah.
bitch, because it almost stroked out on me. And the DX12 DirectX 12 is what I recommend. So the medium settings and DirectX 12, because I think it defaults to 11. That's what I recommend for not only the Steam Deck but also the PC. The PC, I was surprised that it struggled a little bit. Now I have an NVIDIA GTX 1070 on my gaming rig here, and it plays it fine. I did notice frame rate, it wasn't super smooth with 11. As soon as I changed it to 12, it was perfectly fine. Now you're an AMD guy. You're on the AMD side, and what do you have?
Oh boy, don't even ask me that question. I couldn't tell you. I bought that thing 2 years ago.
Jesus Christ. And you only built it because I got on your ass, right?
It's a whole
So
nother story.
it took him just as long to build a gaming PC as it did for him to finally buy the first Dying Light. I think at this point, he doesn't even like it. He's just doing it so I stop talking about it. Because before was just what? Xbox, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Xbox. Do you even play your Xbox anymore?
No, I don't even have it plugged in.
Damn. So I'm glad you got your gaming rig set up. But you got it set up, and then right afterwards you had your first kid.
I did. Yeah.
Now let's have a little parent talk here for all the parents listening. So when my wife told me she was pregnant, after the initial, the shock and the happiness and joy, what came after was all the money that I wanted to spend now in the next 9 months to do and have cool shit, because I knew that was coming to an end after a while. So that's when I built my gaming PC. Now, did you do the same thing? I can't remember.
I did the exact same thing. And the wild thing was too is I built it in December of 2019. So the timing of it was just like I got it before there was any issues with chip shortages or anything like that. I got
Yeah.
it while it was still relatively cheap. And so I had that PC during COVID was the big thing. So when I was working from home, that March, April, and May, I got to use it a bunch because I wasn't driving into work.
So you built it in December 2019, and when was
Yeah,
your boy born?
May of 2020. So
Oh, you got a little bit of time. You got a little bit of time into it. I like it.
I did, and the problem was I was like, oh, I should have done this years ago.
See, I told you, man. I told you. Just come on. Just don't argue. Don't fight it. Just do
Oh.
it.
Hmm.
Drop the bucks now, and then just make it, kind of future proof, right? So,
Absolutely.
but hey, I still have a GTX 1070, which, I mean, by today's standards, I mean, everybody will say it's an old card, but it has, it has performed well and has taken everything that I've thrown at it. In fact, I have a GTX 10. I'm sorry, I have a GTX 1080. I keep saying, did I say 1070? I have a
Hmm.
GTX 1080 in my desktop PC, a 1070 in my laptop. Both are perfectly fine. In fact, the GTX 1080s are still going for quite a few $100s, believe it or not. I've seen them a little while back. I saw them still going for like $400 or $500. And I
Oh
think that's how
man.
much you bought it for back in the day, brand new.
Hmm.
But geez, I mean, think about it, man. The new RTX cards are, I mean, there's like $1,200-$1,400 graphics cards now. I'm like, what is going on with the world?
Crazy.
But between my laptop, my PC, and my Steam Deck, I don't think. Not only do I not need anything else, but there's no way that my wife is going to let me buy anything else anytime soon. Because if one thing fails, I still have something else to go back on.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I think of Dying Light 2. I personally think everybody should go ahead and give it a shot. Now, I'm very surprised. I'm very happy that your team's meeting here lied about the 5 minutes left, because I just dismissed it at some point. If I upload this as a video, somebody will notice at some point I went up and I just kind of clicked dismiss and got rid of it just because it was irritating me looking at it, and it lied. It didn't end the meeting. So this is what we'll have to do before we decide to record again. Is remember to use
Yeah.
Teams and not the
Absolutely.
11 minutes of Zoom that we got
No.
earlier. So, but all right, Travis, anything else on Dying Light 2?
No, I think like you said, we're still new into it, so we got to dig some more into it.
Yeah, this was pretty cool because we got to do a video chat. We don't get to video chat often. We don't get to see each other often. So I live in Cincinnati. You live, well, we're both from Chicago. I live in Cincinnati now. You lived in Chicago, and you live what's considered in is it Rockford,
Yeah. Yeah.
Illinois? So that is that still about 4.5 hours from Cincinnati, or is it more like five
Like
now?
closer to 5. Yeah.
5 hours. So it was good to not only talk face to face with you, but we can both see the droopy, tired dad eyes that we're getting now because
Oh yeah.
it's 11:16 p.m. and I just this is about 2 hours past my bedtime.
Yeah, ditto, man. Ditto.
And we used to stay up and shit and game all the time. And I'm thinking to myself,
Oh
like, how
man.
did we do that? How do we have the
Yep.
energy to do that? But thank you very much for being on the show. Please come back.
Oh, no problem. Thanks for having me.
Please come back. And I think this will be a lot of fun for the listeners and maybe the watchers. I don't know if they would want to see our
Hmm.
faces, but I like the second half. They're going to see your face really big.
Oh no,
Um,
we can get rid of that one.
Thanks again. It was a lot of fun. And for everybody out there, play Dying Light 2. Give it a shot. If it goes on sale, get it. I'm a sale guy. I don't buy anything unless it's The Last of Us or Uncharted or like the big favorites. Let's just say I'm a dad. I can't buy anything full price. I always
Why
have
buy
to.
full price?
I have to go to my wife like, oh my god, dude, fucking Dying Light 2 is on sale for 30% off, and she's like, how much is it? I'm still paying like $45 for it, and she's like, what? So no, give it a shot. I think you'll enjoy it. So we'll go ahead and we'll close it out. Travis, thank you very much.
No problem, man. Thanks for having me.
For everybody out there, all the listeners, thank you very much again for joining me. Stay safe, have fun, be good to each other, and we will talk to everybody next time. and roll credits. Let me go ahead and start. Wouldn't it be a bitch if I forgot to record all that?
Yeah.
So
let's go to bed.